This is Sudden Impact.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sudden Impact, where I, John, bring you the news about TNA wrestling. So in today's news, Thursday the 17th of October, we get more Bound for Glory details. Joe Hendry enters Eurovision. The Maple Leaf Pro and TNA legal stoush. An interpromotional match is added to Forged in Excellence, as well as a few more matches on the Forged in Excellent card. PWI's Women's 250 revealed, and a final preview before Impact tomorrow or this evening. WWE's true intentions with the TNA partnership are revealed, and another free month of TNA Plus. Wow, that's a lot of things to cover. So without further ado, let's get started. So this week, TNA Wrestling released a statement saying what events would happen in Detroit leading up to Bound for Glory. So starting with several media interviews from Tuesday the 22nd of October in the afternoon with Joe Hendry, another interview with Joe Hendry on Wednesday the 23rd of October in the morning, and then on the 23rd afternoon, an interview with the Hardys, and then another interview on Thursday the 24th in the morning. This all culminates in the press conference on Thursday 24th afternoon in Wayne State Fieldhouse, which features Nick Nemeth as the Joe Hendry, Frankie Kazarian, and the Hardys. So it'll be live streamed on TNA's digital platforms and hosted by Gia Miller. So this is a fantastic way to build last-minute hype and interest in the company's biggest pay-per-view event of the year. On Wednesday, the 16th of October, TNA Knockout Rosemary posted on X promoting the Bound for Glory pay-per-view, revealing a graphic with both her and Wendy Chu stating, "Did they think they could keep the shadow away from the biggest TNA weekend of the year?" I love this, as it suggests that Wendy Chu and Rosemary will be featured prominently in this year's Bound for Glory card, whether it be challenging for the Knockouts Tag Team Championships or getting involved in one of the matches. Sounds spine-tingly-dingly to me. Now, keeping with Bound for Glory, on X earlier this week, Joe Hendry retweeted his invite to legendary Detroit rapper Eminem. So with the tweet reading, "Hi, my name is what? My name is My name is Joe Hendry. Hi, my name is what? My name is My name is Joe Hendry. Invitation extended." This would be massive for TNA to get such a massive name in the music industry and Detroit native Eminem to appear at Bound for Glory. There is no word from Eminem whether he will appear at Bound for Glory, but TNA fans all wait with bated breath. Are you liking this video? Want to see more? Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's free and helps me produce more videos like this. Go ahead and do it so I can continue to bring you the news from TNA Wrestling. Speaking of Joe Hendry, wow, already mentioned his name several times, and it's only the second piece of news. Who wouldn't believe in Joe Hendry after all that? So Joe Hendry is entering his theme song into Eurovision. Hendry announced on BBC Radio Scotland earlier this week that he will be submitting a special Eurovision remix of his viral theme song for the 2025 competition. Now, this is truly an amazing time to be a wrestling fan and a fan of Joe Hendry, as he has taken over pop culture. The legal stoush between TNA and Maple Leaf Pro, though Scott D'Amore was released by TNA following their Hard to Kill pay-per-view in January this year, he was under a non-compete contract clause for the remainder of the year, which meant that he would be getting paid by TNA just to not go to another company, basically. So D'Amore actually confirmed that both he and TNA, however, were able to work out an arrangement which allowed him to relaunch Maple Leaf Pro. And Maple Leaf Pro's first relaunched events, Forged in Excellence, start this Saturday on Triller TV and continue on Sunday. So the details on this arrangement were not provided by TNA nor Scott D'Amore. I think this is a great thing for D'Amore and shows that TNA is moving past the situation, or at least trying to. Speaking of Forged in Excellence, a championship has been added to one of the matches on night 2 of the event. So with Konosuke Takeshita's newly won AEW International Championship on the line when he faces TNA Wrestling's Josh Alexander. Also, Takeshita's match on night 1 against another TNA wrestler, Mike Bailey, will serve as an eliminator match for the night 2 championship match. So we could potentially see 2 TNA wrestlers challenge for an AEW championship on a separate company's event. This is wild times for wrestling and just proof that the forbidden door or the prohibited portal or whatever you call it has been accessed and broken down. However, I do think that Takeshita will retain his championship and continue his feud with Will Ospreay on AEW programming. And another match that has been added to night 2 of Forged in Excellence sees the Pro Wrestling Alliance partner, Qatar Pro Wrestling, Qatar champion, Classy Ali, defend his championship against El Reverso. The Forged in Excellence card is really shaping up to be quite a really good card, especially to bring back the companies such as Maple Leaf Pro, which has such a long and storied history, especially in Canada. Okay, so moving on to some news that I thought that would be the case, but I was hoping it wasn't true. So as WWE is seemingly launching a raid on TNA wrestlers whose contract finishes in 2025. Now, the TNA wrestlers' contracts are Jordan Grace, Josh Alexander, Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, and Joe Hendry. And also, Triple H is also very high on signing Trey Miguel as well. So for those thinking that this has come out of nowhere and this is a very shocking for WWE to do, I mean, you just have to look at what Vince did when he took over the company, when he took over WWE from his father in the 80s, basically destroying the territory system. And they did the same thing in the 90s with ECW, in the 2010s with Ring of Honor, Evolve, and the entire UK independent scene. So it doesn't really come as a shock that WWE would do this to TNA, despite a different, Triple H being at the helm. I mean, he learnt the business from his father-in-law, Vince, and has used the strategy of a partnership between NXT and TNA to provide TNA wrestlers with tryouts effectively on a smaller scale, given that they were appearing on NXT, which, as we know, is marketed internally by WWE as the developmental brand. Now, Shawn Michaels' comments a couple of weeks ago about there being no need to rush to a Worlds Collide event between the two brands and companies makes sense now. It did seem a little odd initially, but yeah, coming out of this, it does make a lot of sense. Saying this though, TNA has received some massive benefits with sold out events since the partnership. The biggest pay-per-view in company history with in terms of gate and attendance and everything, basically, with Slammiversary, and then also renewed interest from wrestling fans with TNA programming and it being more positive rather than negative. So while it may be that WWE signs these core TNA wrestlers, know this, everyone, TNA has been in much worse situations and has come through it. They will keep finding new wrestlers. Simply put, they will not die, because they are not hard to kill, rather they are impossible to kill. And it's strange to think that a company that by all reason and logic should have ceased operations within a couple of months of it actually starting has now been continuously functioning nearly as long as WCW. It's just amazing. That's just an amazing statistic to think of. And finally, some positive news to end the episode. TNA Plus and Access TV are teaming up to promote Eric Young's new show on Access TV, Vinyl Obsessions, by offering a free month of TNA Plus just by using the details which are provided in the description below. So this means you will be able to watch this year's Bound for Glory free. Now, this is just another way that TNA, Anthem, and Access TV are all working together just to promote TNA and make this year's Bound for Glory the biggest ever. So that's all for this episode. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below. Until next time, I'm John, and this has been Sudden Impact.